I know I'm on some Internet Explorer type of vibe right now, seeing that the Stranger Than Heaven trailer released over 10 days ago, but you know me, I like to be fashionably late. But yeah, RGG, what on earth have you been cooking up? Because Stranger Than Heaven looks amazing. While I'm not really an RGG focused channel, I have made a few Yakuza videos in the past where my feelings towards the current state of the company were quite clear. I just haven't been a fan of the recent output of games. I feel like there's been a noticeable drop in quality, with the games being either unfocused or just half-assed. But that doesn't seem to be the case with Stranger Than Heaven, because this game looks like an entire level above all of their other games. This genuinely feels like a big budget game that could go toe to toe with all the other AAA heavyweights. It's clear that this is where all of RGG's focus went towards. But yeah, I thought I'd just quickly give my thoughts on the trailer. So right from the start, the Tojo clan is mentioned, which confirms that this is the Tojo clan's origin story, and that this guy is Makoto Tojo, or Makoto Daito in this game. When Stranger Than Heaven was first announced, a lot of people speculated that this would be the Tojo clan's origin story, and I'm personally okay with that. My problem lies with the Daidoji family. I made a Yakuza 6 video last month where I talk about them towards the end of the video, but yeah, I just don't like them and I don't think anybody else likes them, so I'm glad they're not involved in this game. I hope I didn't jinx it. Then we get to the story where it shows Makoto and his friend arriving to Japan on a boat. And in that boat is also Snoop Dogg, for Shizzle in the Hizzle, which makes him canon in the Yakuza universe Sizzle. Stranger Than Hizzle. I'm sorry guys, I will never do that again. But yeah, what I got from the trailer is that the theme of the story appears to be about finding a place to belong. But as you know, Makoto is half Japanese, as you can see with his blue eyes. And I think that leads to people treating him differently. You have somebody saying they don't like his kind, things like that, and honestly, I relate to that on a personal level. I'm gonna go off on a bit of a tangent here, but whenever I visit my home country, I also get treated like a bit of an outsider. Not in a bad way, I still get treated with a lot of respect, but it's clear that I get treated differently. Like, they don't treat me the way they would treat somebody from the country, despite me being the same ethnicity. I don't know if anybody else feels the same way that can relate with me. Because I get treated differently, I don't feel as connected to everybody else and the culture as a whole, and that's because I look different and I was born and raised elsewhere. So yeah, I feel like the themes of Stranger Than Heaven will resonate with me a lot. That doesn't mean I'm gonna go off and start my own Yakuza clan, but if I do, my subscribers are invited to join. Don't worry guys, you can trust your captain. I'm in pretty good shape. Moving on, we have Makoto going through different time periods as he tries to establish himself in Japan. We have 5 different locations, 2 of which are areas we are familiar with, Kamurocho and Sotenbori. Beyond that, it looks like we have 3 new areas, which makes this the largest game since Yakuza 5, which also had 5 maps. I do hope the story of Stranger Than Heaven is quite long and there's a bunch of content. You've got 5 areas here, so give me a bunch of set pieces and long battles in all of them. Give me like 500 sub-stories or something. But yeah, throughout these different time periods, while Makoto does build his reputation, it looks like he still doesn't have a sense of belonging, a place where he can call his home. So he decides to make his own home, and that home is the Tojo clan, where people like him can have a place to belong. The outsiders and the outcasts. And I think that's pretty cool. It looks like there's a lot of action, a lot of drama, a lot of blood and violence. It has all the recipes for a good story. But moving on, we have the combat, which looks vastly different from the Yakuza and Judgment games. It seems like they're going for a more grounded and realistic combat system. It looks a bit slower paced and there's more of a focus on weapons. Makoto also has this really unrefined style of fighting compared to Kiryu's Dragon of Dojima style, for example, and all of Yagami's different styles. I am intrigued by the combat because I've always preferred slower paced and more methodical combat systems, and I'm hoping the combat in Stranger Than Heaven turns out to be good. However, this is a very slight nitpick. I'm just being really picky here, but I'm not sure I like the camera being so close during combat. I feel like it can cause some issues, especially if you're fighting multiple people, so I think it wouldn't hurt to zoom out just a bit. Maybe we'll have that option in the game, I'm not sure. We then have the cast, which seems to be quite star-studded. I'm not familiar with everyone here, so I'll just go over the people I know. Let's start with Snoop Dogg in the Hizzle for Shizzle, which makes him canon in the Yakuza universe. We've also got Akio Otsuka, who is a legendary voice actor in anime. He voices Kurako from Bleach, Yujiro Hanma from Baki, Blackbeard from One Piece, Uvogin from Hunter x Hunter, Dimple from Mob Psycho, Thorkel from Vinland Saga. There's so many more roles he's done, but yeah, you can see just how talented he is. We then have Tori Kelly, who is quite a famous singer. While her music isn't the type of genre I would normally listen to, she does have some nice songs. We then have my girl Ado. I got into her music about 4 years ago when watching the One Piece film Red. She sang the songs for the character Uta in the movie, and the songs were fucking amazing. I then checked out her other songs and she's pretty damn good, guys. You should check her out if you haven't. But yeah, beyond that, you have that amazing song that plays during the trailer, which I probably can't play in this video. It's so good and it perfectly fits the vibe of Stranger Than Heaven. Speaking of vibe, RGG really nailed it. The game just has this classy, jazzy, noir-esque vibe. It really feels big budget, it really feels cinematic, and I appreciate them making sure they nail the atmosphere. Literally, the reason why I even started posting videos here is because I wanted to focus on the atmospheric and tonal side of games. Just how they are presented in terms of making you feel a certain way, and the games that are heavy in atmosphere and vibes tend to stick with me the most. So I commend RGG in that respect. But yeah, I have a pretty good feeling about this game. You know when you just look at a game and you immediately know it's gonna be a heavy hitter? That's how I feel about Stranger Than Heaven. I think this game will have a Metacritic score of 88 or above, and if it doesn't, you can come back to this video and blame me for jinxing it. But yeah, I probably won't watch any more trailers of Stranger Than Heaven because I'm satisfied with what I've seen. I don't need to see any more, I just want to play it now. Maybe I'll do a playthrough of it because I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty good at these games. But yeah, I'll leave that for later. Thank you for watching, feel free to subscribe, I'll catch you later.